suicide dive, where the lost and the damned survive. Bartender pours while the jukebox cries, another outlaw passing by. Hear that thunder rolling in, sounds like trouble dressed in sin. I'm riding down a hellbound highway, no chains gonna hold me tonight. Devil riding in the backseat, laughing under neon lights. Dust and danger in my shadow, every mile a burning flame. If the devil's keeping score tonight, he already knows my name. Scream through the canyon bend, like a warning that the road won't end. Every town's just a fading ghost, every drink just another toast. Sheriff's lights in the rearview glow, but this outlaw don't ride slow. Gasoline and desert rain, running wild through the pain. I'm riding that hellbound highway, got no chains gonna hold me tonight. Devil riding in the backseat, laughing under neon lights. Dust and danger in my shadow, every mile a burning flame. If the devil's keeping score tonight, he already knows my name. Maybe heaven's just a broken sign, past the edge of the county line. But till I find that promised land, I'll ride with fire in my hands. I'm riding down hellbound highway, through the desert and the flame. If the reaper's waiting somewhere, he can learn my outlaw name. Let the thunder crack the sky tonight, let the wild winds take its claim. 'Cause the road is all I'll ever ride on this hellbound highway flame. Cold wind cutting through my coat tonight, dust in my lungs, no wind in sight. Boots keep dragging on broken stone, every mile says you're on your own. Neon flickers in a dead-end town, bartender stares like he knows me now. But I ain't staying where ghosts all lie. I drink and leave, don't ask me why. The wind keeps calling out my name, like I got no soul left to save. It's whiskey, wind and broken bones, a heart that never had a home. No cross, no prayer, no place to stay. just empty roads that fade away. If the devil walks these tracks I roam, he'll find a man already gone. 'Cause all I am and all I've known is whiskey, wind, and bones. Train tracks crying through the night, steel wheels screaming out my life. Every town just looks the same, different face, the same old pain. Old guitar in a motel room, playing songs for silent doom. Every note cuts deep and slow, like a truth I don't wanna know. It's whiskey, wind, and broken bones, a heart that never had a home. No cross, no prayer, no place to stay, just empty roads that fade away. If the devil walks these tracks I roam, he'll find a man already gone. 'Cause all I am and all I've known is whiskey, wind, and bones. Maybe somewhere past the line there's a place where I could find a little peace, a little light, but not for men who live this life. It's whiskey, wind, and broken bones, a soul that turned too cold to hold. If I fall beneath that sky, let the coyotes sing goodbye. No grave, no name carved in stone, just dust to claim what I was owed. 'Cause all I was and all I've known was whiskey, wind, and bones. Dust on the wind in a cold black sky, broken moon hanging way up high, boots on the gravel hard made of stone. Every mile says you're riding alone. Old bar lights in a dying town, whiskey burns when the sun goes down. Every road that I used to know turned into somewhere I can't go. Wind keeps whispering low tonight, like a ghost in the pale moonlight. I was born for dust and lonely roads where the wild wind always blows. No church bells and no home lights, just desert stars and endless nights. If the devil rides this road with me, he'll find a man who will never flee. 'Cause the only truth my heart has known is dust and lonely road. tracks cry through the canyon night. Neon flickers in fading light. Every town is the same old lie. Smile too long and you start to die. Bartender says, boy, slow it down. But ghosts like me don't stay in town. Every mile that the wheels have rolled left another story untold. I was born for dust and lonely roads where the wild wind always blows. No church bells and no home lights, just desert stars and endless nights. If the devil rides this road with me, he'll find a man who will never flee. 'Cause the only truth my heart has known is dust and lonely roads. Maybe somewhere beyond the hills there's a place where the silence heals. But till that road appears for me, I'll ride this dark eternity. I was born for dust and lonely roads where the wild wind always blows. If I fall beneath the desert sky, let the coyotes sing goodbye. No cross, no stone, no memory, just a wind remembering me. 'Cause the road was all I'd ever owned. Dust, lonely road. Lonely road. Lonely road. Lonely road. Cold wind blowing through canyon walls, echoes where the old train calls. Boots worn down by 1,000 miles, and a heart that forgot how to smile. Land and light in a dying town, another sinner comes around. Bartender knows my kind too well, men who've already been through hell. The preacher said the end will come for every lost and wandering one. But there's no grave for a drifter like me, just the dust and the desert sea. No church bell and no last prayer, just the wind in the empty air. If the devil waits beyond that line, he can take what's left of mine. 'Cause the road was the only home for a soul that had to roam. Saw a cross on a lonely hill, weathered wood standing silent still. Every name carved in the stone had a place they once called home. But men like me don't leave a mark, just fading trails and endless dark. Every mile that the wheels have rolled, buried stories never told. There's no grave for a drifter like me, just the dust and the desert sea. No church bell and no last prayer, just the wind in the empty air. If the devil waits beyond that line, he can take what's left of mine. 'Cause the road was the only home for a soul that had to roam. Maybe somewhere past the sand, there's mercy in a promised land. But till that road appears to me, I'll ride this dark eternity. There's no grave for a drifter like me. When the last sun falls to the sea, if I fade in the desert rain, let the coyote say my name. No stone cross and no goodbye, just the dust beneath the sky. 'Cause the road was the life I chose.